Yes, hello.
Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us today for our live Lou webinar here in our Evasis headquarters in downtown Vancouver, Washington. Hope everyone out there is having a great day today. I'm joined here by my friend Tiffany. My name's Steve, and we're going to take you through a Lou overview this morning, or a Lou 101, if you will. So what is Lou? Well, Lou is an all-in-one business software that just really helps you streamline and grow your business, really make things easy. And kind of to kick it off, Tiffany, I want to talk about how quick and easy it is to do a cash and carry transaction with Lou. So having worked in a retail store for many years, I know that customers either all come at once or they don't come at all. So what happens on a Saturday morning when you've got all these customers lined up and you got to get them in and out because you're preparing for a busy day? So can you walk us through quickly how quick and easy it really is to do a cash and carry transaction in Lou?
Absolutely. Let me just switch screens so I can show you our POS machine.
All right, so we got our Lou POS device here, where Tiffany's going to show us a quick and easy cash and carry transaction. And what we're going to buy, Tiffany, is I want to buy some of this stove and gasket cement, because today we're really here for our hearth dealers out there.
All right. Well, thank you, Steve. So here you all can see this is your POS machine. This is the home page where you can go ahead, enter your personal PIN number right here, and just hit start, and it'll log you right in. So now it brings you to the retail screen. So you can see here, you're on the sale page, or you can go to the return page here. To your right, you can see that you have an inventory tile, and we have quick SKUs right here. You just make it nice and easy. So if you have a line out the door, all you have to do is hit the plus button and it pops right over for you. If you don't want that, you can go ahead and hit the minus button and it goes ahead and shows you red, which means you have now voided that item. Or you can go ahead and just void the entire transaction. And there you go. It exits it for you and you can go right in and go back to your workstation. So right on the right, we also have the customer section where you can go ahead and search customers right here. If they're already in your system, you can go ahead and just pop Adrian right in there. If they're a new customer, you can go ahead and create a new customer right in here. And you can also browse their past sales history. Now, let's say you have a line out the door, Steve, just like you said, they all come at once. Now, we're going to go ahead and sell them that special cleaner that you just said, and we'll just pop it right over. You can go ahead and change the quantity nice and fast right there. Go ahead, maybe they're going to pick it up later. You can go ahead and hold that transaction for later, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and take their payment. So here's your payment screen. You can go ahead and hit card, cash, or check. You can put in the tendered amount. It's cash. You can put the exact amount if they have the change, or you can go ahead and put whatever you need. Let's say they have a $20 bill, a $50 bill. You can put it right here and it'll tell you the change. We're going to say that they have exact cash. And then all you have to do is hit pay, and that's it. And then it'll print you out the receipt immediately, Steve. It's as simple as that.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Now, can you just show me how fast it works? If I was to walk in, I'm Adrian, the customer, and I want to buy this stove and gasket cement. So can you just show us how fast it really works?
Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and put our PIN in and sign in. My PIN is already saved up there just to make it easy in today's webinar. We're going to go ahead and find the customer. You said Adrian, so we're going to bring him back up and add him right there. So now in the inventory section, you can just pop over. You can find it if it's a quick SKU, but it doesn't. We're going to go ahead and add it right there because that is the cement and stone and gasket cleaner. And then we're going to take the payment. because he only wants one. We're going to do cash again. We're going to say he's got the exact $10.84 and go ahead and pay. We took that payment, hand Adrian his receipt, and he's out the door.
Wow, that was fast. Thank you. So now, Tiffany, let's say I'm in my Hearth store and I got a customer comes in and he's looking at a stove and they want an estimate on that stove. How is that working, Lou? Is that a quick and easy process as well?
It is. So you want to go to your Lou web. So right up here, you can see it's lou.evasis.com. Go ahead and do your sign in right here. Go ahead and click sign in and it'll bring you right into the Lou web. We're going to select our company and go right into our Hazeldale Pool and Hearth sample company that we have set up.
So tell me what I'm seeing here, Tiffany.
So right here is the home page. It is showing you tiles from left to right. You can see they're color coordinated. And then right over here to the left, we have what we call a hamburger menu. So this, you just click the little 3 lines, which we call a hamburger. And you can see all of the line items right here to the left, which are the same as your tile screen. It's just simply if you prefer a list option rather than the tiles. Simple as that. We just want to give you 2 different view options. So now you can go ahead and click the tiles to go in, or for speed and simplicity, you can go ahead and maybe just hit the plus button to create and add a new customer, and it will pop up a window within the window. So you don't have multiple tabs open all over the place. You can do it right here, nice and fast. And so this shows you how to create a customer. You can go ahead in the customer type and choose what type of customer you're working with. And all of these are customizable when you sign up for Lou and you're in onboarding. So if you have a lot more than this for customer types, you can go ahead and customize this as much as you want. Right here, you can enter the first name of the customer, the last name. Maybe if they're a wholesaler or retailer, you can go ahead and put the company name here. Their display name, we will put in for you. It'll put the last name, comma, the first name. You can put in their primary phone number and their email address. And what's really awesome is right here, you can select their electronic message preferences. So if your customer wants everything via text, you can go ahead and put that option or email. Same thing with their receipts. You can say that they want everything emailed or texted. So you would choose the electronic messaging option, or you can go ahead and hit the paper copy right there. Now, as you scroll down, you can see this location. So this is really awesome. Lou is actually integrated with Google Maps. So as you start typing the address, Google Maps will bring up the exact location for you. Let's say that this is a brand new build in your town, and they might not be on the map yet, especially in Google. So you can go ahead and put this manual entry toggle right there, and then go ahead and put it in yourself. And then later, if they are, or when they are put into Google Maps, you can go ahead and update this later. And then if you scroll down, you can see, let's say this business wants all of their items shipped somewhere else. You can go ahead and put a different shipping address right here. So if they need things shipped to them, it'll be right in here in Lou and it'll pop up for you.
So it looks like pretty easy entry, but a very comprehensive customer profile. So that's great.
Exactly.
So let's say now that I've got a customer in my store and he's looking at a wood stove, let's say, and I need to create an estimate for him. How would I do that in Lou?
All right. Well, you can go right here. You can go into the tile, or again, you can just simply hit the little create button or the plus symbol, and it'll bring up the create an estimate option. So right here, you can go ahead and find the existing customer if they are one, Or you can go ahead, if they're a brand new customer, you can, same thing, hit this new customer link. That create customer option will come up, input them, and then when you hit create, it'll go right back to this page, this create estimate, and you can keep going. But for now, I'm going to find an existing one. We're going to choose Frank Albright right here. And you can see that it just uploaded his information right here. And right at the top right, we now have a credit card icon with a 0 badge. Well, that means he does not have a credit card on file. With that being said, you can go ahead and add one later. And we have our own Lou Financial Services, and everything in here, you can go ahead and charge them their credit card whenever you want. If they text you that they do want to go ahead with the estimate and go ahead to put a $500 deposit on, you can go right in Lou and submit the payment right in here. So you don't have to leave. You don't have to use another credit card machine or anything like that. It's all in here for you. So with that being said, for the estimate, you just scroll right down, choose the department the estimate's coming out of. We're going to say the Portland retail store for today. Then maybe there's a different distribution method. You can go ahead and pick that method right down here. And again, all of this is customizable in Lou onboarding after signup. So you can put whatever you want in these fields. So we're going to say that it's going to be an estimate for an installation of that stove, Steve. Maybe you want to change the document type. You can do that down here as well. And we're going to go and choose the hearth estimate since they want a stove. And then if there are any instructions that maybe your customer told you, you can go ahead and put it right in this note field and then go ahead and create. And now Lou is automatically going to create that document profile for you, so you don't have to do anything further. You can see here, we're going to scroll down to the left. It shows the associate's profile. It says that me, Tiffany Braga, made this document and all of the information we put in here. And then to the right, the same thing, all of that customer information again. And now as we scroll down, we're going to want to put that stove in here that you are creating the estimate for with the customer. So we're going to go ahead and show you our Cozy Heat Fireplace, which is actually a kit. Lou has dynamic kits and as well as static kits in here. You can create as many as you want with as many questions as needed, and they're always able to be updated. So all you do is hit the plus sign, and then Lou is going to pull up that dynamic kit for you, and it's going to prompt you to make sure you ask these questions to your customer. So the first question, Steve, as you can see, is which model of the Cozy Heat gas fireplace do they want? And it shows right here, we have already input these. You can do the oak pour, 18 LE, the millivolt, or the birchwood. I'm just going to go pick the second one. And as you can see right here, it shows you we actually have 0 on hand. So that's good to know for the future. When we finish this kit, we need to go double check our quantity on hand for everything in this kit to make sure we have all of the parts needed. Because if this estimate is 1, we're going to need to deliver these items and we're going to need those parts. So we're going to move on to the next question. Which screen style does the customer want? So we've input a few different colors and a few different types. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick the black rectangular screen since there's one on hand. It's going to make our life a little bit easier. And now we're asking what type of legs or base does the customer prefer? And you go ahead, same thing, pick which one they want and hit next and move on to the next question. And it says, would you like a fan kit? We're going to say absolutely. And now it's going to have you review this. Make sure that you and the customer answered everything. And the customer can look this over and make sure that is that their choices. And you can just save to the order. So now we will bring you back to that document. but it input a few other SKUs, which are parts that are needed with this cozy fireplace, as you can see here.
That's really cool. So there's a lot of parts and pieces to some of these items, and it kind of keeps track of it all so you don't miss one of the items. That's really, really
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, it's really awesome. And then at the top, you can just go to actions right in the SKU profile on the document. So again, you don't have to leave and go to a different section of the software. Just scroll right down and go to quantity on hand, Steve, so we can check and see if we have all the parts needed. So right here, it shows all of your quantity on hand in all of your stock sites, all in one place. It's saying, here's how many you've requested for this order. Here's how many you have on hand. Here's how many are reserved for other customers. How many are available? How many are on an order, which can be a sales order or a work order. And then what we have on estimate as well for other customers. And right over to the right on the actions icon, you can just click that. You can go further to the stock site quantities and look what you have in each warehouse or store, or go ahead and right here, create a purchase order for that item. And we're going to go ahead and just hit create so I can show you what that looks like. Here's the vendor associated with this part. You can have multiple vendors though, Steve, for one part. And you can just go right in between them right here if you needed to change the vendor. You can choose the department that you want this item to go to when you order it. So we're going to do the Portland retail store. And we're going to make sure that also the Portland retail store receives this item in their stock site. You can put a description if needed, or a vendor order number if you have one. And then right here, if you already know the expected date, you can click the toggle and go ahead and put the date in on the calendar. And you can go ahead and pick any month you want and the date. So I did just for a few days. And again, right here, if there's a confirmed date for the purchase order, you can put that the same exact way. You can say maybe the confirmed date is now the next following day after when you expected it. And you can put that in the notes right there. And once you hit create, it actually now will bring you to that purchase order. So you can double check everything on the document that it's correct and make any changes that you need to, as you can see here. Again, it shows the vendor profile to the left, who you're shipping it to, or the receiving stock site to the right. And then as you scroll down, you can see that there is a customer that we just put in that's now on a waiting list for this item. And it shows you the document ID right here on the left. As you scroll down, you'll see the exact SKU. It's that black anchored door. And we only put one, but if we want, we can go in here and update that and maybe say we need a few more. We need 5 or 6 or anything like that. You can update the vendor cost while you're in here, or maybe put a discount, anything you want to do here, and even change the unit measure. Now, let's say, as we know, everything's a little crazy right now, Steve. Lots of warehouses and things of that nature are really short-handed. So maybe something might be back ordered. We have that option right here. So you can put the toggle on that this item is actually going to be back ordered. And you can see in the background, Lou updates the profile just with that one click. We're going to say that it's not back ordered, and you can see that it was removed in the background. And go ahead and just hit save. So now we've updated the quantity to 6. Everything looks great here, but you can see we can add an image if we want right here, or a vendor image for the item. And as we scroll up, in here is the outcome. Now that everything looks good, Steve, we're going to place it on order. And you can see that we'll make sure that you're confirming this is still correct. It just wants you to make sure, because once you hit that it's on order, you cannot change this purchase order. We're going to say, yep, everything is great. And now it says that it's on order. This document is read only. So let's say, Steve, it's a few days later, it's the 14th, and we now have the shipment. So we're going to go back in here, and we're now going to receive those SKUs from the item. Right here, it brings you to the receive inventory page. We're going to click on the item that we want and go ahead and hit receive right above. Now, this is a really cool feature in Lou. With my retail background, I really appreciate this because, again, you can go and update it. Let's say that the vendor accidentally sent you 5, not 6. We know that happens. Well, right here, we can go ahead and adjust that quantity again. Go ahead and go down and hit save, and it updated the quantities for us. Now everything does look good. We're going to hit receive. And just like that, we'll input those 5 SKUs right into the stock site you want and puts it in your inventory. Just like that, you don't have to go and create 5 different SKUs and put all the same information in 5 times. It does it and makes it for you.
Great. So now let's go back to that estimate. And let's say that the customer wants to go ahead with the purchase of the stove. What would that look like? We saw the inventory piece, how you place the purchase order. That was great. But now I've got to go out, send someone out to install this thing. What does that look like? How do we turn this into an actual order from an estimate and then schedule the task and go through the rest of that process for us, if you would, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can go ahead and go in this tile, or this little time clock feature right to the right shows you my recent transactions. So I'm just going to click that button for speed and simplicity today. Right here, open that estimate for Frank. We're going to open it, scroll down, make sure everything looks good. There's that fireplace. We're going to need to take a deposit on this estimate before we go and do any work though, Steve. So we're going to hit make a deposit right at the bottom of that estimate profile. We're going to take $2,000. Frank gave us a check. So we're going to go ahead and put the check number right in here for his future references if he should need it. Scroll down, make sure everything looks good. Yep, shows that we're taking a deposit again on that Cozy Heat document. We're going to go ahead and save. And now it'll bring you to the payment field, and you can go ahead right here and click message, and you can message this to Frank, and he will get it, whether it be a text or an email preference that he has set up, as you can see here. And you can type in any message you want to show up. And what's really cool is now Lou has this link portal, so we can go ahead and add that in here. And when he gets this email, Steve, he can actually click the link, go view this payment, and then also in the customer portal, look at everything pending and go ahead and make another payment if he wants. So we're going to scroll down. We're going to go ahead and send it to Frank. And there you go. In seconds, it sent him that email. So we're going to go down and just close out of this and go back to our estimate. So now, like you said, Steve, we've won this estimate. So we're going to go ahead and hit 1 on the outcome. We can select a reason. Again, all of this is customizable in onboarding in Lou after you sign up. So you can put different reasons in here, but we're just going to do a general one. You can put notes in if you want as well right here. And now we're going to promote it to a work order so we can go ahead and install or deliver this stove. And so now you'll see that it is creating it. It now changed this to a work order, but you can always click this little history button and go down and go back and see the changes that were made as well. And again, you'll notice that everything is nice and simple. All of our profiles look the same, so it doesn't get confusing for you.
Yeah, really clean. So now how can I schedule from here? Do I got to jump out and go into my schedule? And how do I do that?
Nope. So what we do is we just scroll down and now we have a schedule section, Steve. So we're going to go ahead and add a task. So as this comes up, you can select the route that you want the service technician to take. We're going to just go ahead and just hit the delivery and installation right here. We're going to scroll down. Now you'll see what and when, which is super important. That's the task type. Well, we're now going to deliver this stove. So we're going to go ahead and hit that option. Now maybe we're going to change the division. We're going to change it to delivery and installation. But again, anything in these drop-down fields are completely customizable. It says that it's going to take only 30 minutes. If we wanted, we could change that and maybe do 60 minutes if we're training that day or anything like that. We're going to hit the calendar icon here, and we're going to go ahead and choose the date that I am on the phone with the customer and that they prefer. We're going to go ahead and hit the 26th. We're going to go ahead and hit the time frame. Maybe she wants us there early afternoon, but if someone can come earlier than that, she'll definitely want that. So you can hit the toggle button that they want an earlier appointment. So when you look at the overall schedule in the back office, you can see, okay, Steve's done for the day, but he's in that area for this delivery. Maybe we'll have him go deliver it since he has time, he's nearby. We can do that right here. Or you can go ahead and just say, no, they're fine with 12 o'clock. So as you scroll down, it automatically assigns me Steve, but you can just simply hit the X button and it deletes me from it. And you can go down here and assign whoever you want to this task. I'm going to go ahead and hit Andrew, and I'm going to add me as a helper. So it shows right there. It shows that we are free that day right here, that we have 0 tasks for 0 hours that day. Here we can assign the personnel, the vehicle we want them to take right here. So if you have specific trucks with different numbers or for different activities, you can go ahead and put it right in here in onboarding and go ahead and select what van or truck you want them to take. Since we're doing a delivery of a stove, we're going to choose the flatbed truck for today's purposes. And then maybe we need them to make sure that they have the installation toolkit. We're going to go ahead and put that asset right over there. So when they look at their calendar, they see, okay, on the 26th, I have Tiffany helping me. I need to take this truck and I need to make sure this toolkit is on that truck. So all of that is right there. And as you scroll down, you can even color coordinate and you can pick your task colors. So when they show up on the schedule, you can have all of your delivery and installations in red, orange, or maybe your estimates in green, however you want to do that. Great, we have those options for you. I'm going to go ahead and do red for fire for the stove and just hit create. So now you'll see it added a task with the date and time and everything right there. And so to view that on the calendar, we're just going to go home and we're going to open up the schedule tile right in here. And so this is your schedule dashboard where you can see yesterday, today, tomorrow, and you can even see any that are unscheduled on here. You can see that Lou gives you alerts that maybe some tasks were not completed. That might mean that your technician or your installer went and did these deliveries, but maybe they didn't finish on their Lou Schedule mobile app and didn't hit the complete or finish the work order. So this will let you know that those are incomplete in there and you can kind of go up and clean up in there. And here's where all of your departments, different calendars are available. Again, you can set this all up in onboarding so you can have as many departments on with as many different calendars as needed. And to view those calendars, you can just go ahead and hit calendar right here, and it'll open up that calendar. Here you can see we have some color coded here, and all of our personnel is over to the left. And let's say Andrew's sick today, we can go ahead and click and drag and change it as needed and maybe assign this estimate to Kim. But we're just going to leave it there just for today. But here you can go ahead and view the month view, or do it by select personnel, vehicles, assets, or task types, or even the different routes. And here's where you would look and go maybe to view that on the estimate we just created, or the work order that we just scheduled on the 26th, that's where you would do it. Or right here to the left, you can switch between the months as well.
Wow, that's great, Tiffany. So you've shown us, how to do a quick cash and carry item in lieu using the POS. You've shown us how to create an estimate on a Hearth product. You've shown us how to schedule the delivery. You've even showed us how to go in and order this product to come in so we can deliver it. So that's a great overview. But let me ask you this. So if people wanted to know more information about Lou, what would they do?
They can contact me or Andrew. Our email addresses, or you can give us a call anytime, or you can just go to evasys.com and go and get more information there. We're always happy to help you. We can even do a personalized one-on-one demo with you where we do this, what you're watching now, but we will go a lot more in depth, and we can take an hour, 2 hours, get your whole team on a conference call, share our screen, and go really deep into the software if you need it.
Yeah, can you take us back to that homepage and show someone how they could get more information, maybe get a quote? How much does Lou going to cost me?
Absolutely. So what we do, we just want to log out right here. All right, so here we go. Here's that lou.evasys.com page, as you can see right here in the Chrome browser. If you scroll down, you'll see right at the bottom this quote button. You can just click that, and it'll bring you to a personalized quote page just for your business. You can go ahead and choose what plan you want, Pro, or use the toggle button to choose Enterprise. And you can see here, it shows you the different plan descriptions. Pro plan, you only need one stock site with one revenue department. It gives you 10 user licenses and 4 of our POS machines, whereas the Enterprise over here to the right gives you all of that, but unlimited. So if you have 20 to 50 employees or more than that you need to log in, I would highly recommend Enterprise. That way you can track everyone, see each person, what they've worked on each day, or go a little deeper and track anything you want via the reports page. So as you scroll down, you can put in you, the boss, right here. You can put in the different employees you need, or go down to these fields, and maybe you need to add 5 more on here, and it gives you that right here. So you can say, type in me, the boss. We'll say Steve right here with me. Maybe we need Dan to have his own user license, as well as Kim. So right here, you can just go ahead. Steve's only our seasonal employee, so we want to click that seasonal employee checkbox right here. So that way, everyone at the Lou software company knows back at the home base that you can turn that on or off as needed. And when you turn it off for the months that they're off, we will not bill you for those users. And then over here to the right, we give you access to retail and service, Steve. Or maybe Dan only does our accounting. He doesn't need anything to do with the retail and service section. So we're going to leave him right there in just the foundation.
So you can basically dial up and down your licenses.
Absolutely. We can delete on here as needed. And you'll notice right in that top green section, it's been updating as we're clicking and deleting and all of that. So it will just tell you right here what your monthly user price will be. And then it shows you right here the off season. So when you have those seasonal employees that aren't working, it'll show you the difference in price right there.
Nice. Okay. Well, thank you, Tiffany. And thank you so much for your overview of Lou today.
My pleasure.
It was great. Thank you all for joining us. We're about out of time here. We want to invite you back next week where we'll be doing a little bit more of a deep dive on the customers and payments features in Lou. So we look forward to you joining us then, 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And we'll see you then. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks, Steve. Bye, guys.